Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Aren't you glad someone came along and numbered the chapters and verses in the Bible? Before 1551, it would have been difficult to find things in the New Testament. But we have to be careful not to take them separately or out of context. When reading a passage, we should always take into account what happened before it and how it relates to that. Most chapters of John start with a new scene, either a different place or a different day. John 10 doesn't, so we have to go back to John 9 to see who Jesus is talking to and in what context. In that chapter, Jesus had healed a blind man. After the Pharisees questioned the man extensively, they cast him out of the synagogue for declaring, if this man were not from God, he could do nothing. Jesus found the man and invited him to believe, and he did. Then Jesus accused the religious rulers of being blind sinners. Chapter 10 starts with one of those verily, verily statements, or most assuredly, that reminds us to pay attention, because what's coming up is important. Jesus says, most assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. If we read further, we realize Jesus is contrasting himself as the good shepherd with Jewish leaders who are at best false shepherds or hirelings, and at worst, thieves and robbers. One way or the other, they have no right or authority and are unfit to lead the people. He gives them such a clear word picture that it's strange to read verse 6 that says they didn't understand the things which he spoke to them. They had chosen to remain blind to Jesus' teachings, so God had closed off their understanding because of their rebelliousness. I want to hone in on Jesus' description of the Jewish leaders as thieves and robbers. For one thing, I wondered why there were two words used. Why not just one? Turns out there's two types of crooks. A thief is one who secretly defrauds people. It's like a little street urchin who sneaks up and grabs an apple and runs. Or it can be like an embezzler who swindles people out of their money. Robbers, on the other hand, were armed bandits who worked in groups to attack and steal, like those who robbed the banks in the Old West, or like those in the Good Samaritan story who attacked and robbed the man and left him for dead. So Jesus equates these Jewish leaders with thieves and robbers. In Matthew 9:36, when Jesus saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion because they were like sheep having no shepherd. And when he spoke with the leaders, it became obvious why the people seemed like that. Their leaders, instead of leading, were hypocrites who wanted to get whatever they could for themselves. Look at what they'd done to the blind man that Jesus healed. They kicked him out of their fellowship because he wouldn't go along with their hypocrisy and deceit. Instead of validating Jesus' message and pointing people to him as they ought to have been doing, the leaders' jealousy of Jesus' popularity caused them to condemn him. These men became spiritual thieves and robbers because instead of helping souls find salvation, they were robbing people of the opportunity of eternal life. They were so influential in their society. People respected and admired them. So people would say, if our leaders say this isn't the Messiah, he must not be. He must be a liar and blasphemer trying to lead us astray. As much as Jesus wanted to get up in their faces and yell, "You are the thieves and robbers," he didn't. But he gave us a word picture as a warning. We need to be careful who we're following. As Paul said, imitate me just as I also imitate Christ. If your leader, whether a pastor, a respected preacher, or a parent, isn't following Jesus and pointing to him, you don't need to follow that person. Also, we need to be careful what kind of shepherd we are, because there's always people watching us and our reactions to things, whether it's our children, grandchildren, or friends who respect us. Can people safely imitate you because you imitate Christ? Do we point people to him?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.